Hello, I'm Jane O'Leary and I'm at home here in Galway. I'm originally from the other side of the Atlantic. I grew up in Connecticut and I've been living here in Ireland for over 50 years. So it's my home now for sure. My musical life has involved performances as a pianist, mainly with my contemporary ensemble Concord, teaching composition at TU Dublin, working with Contempo Quartet and the Galway Music Residency, and curating and promoting concerts of all sorts. My piece is called Beneath the Dark Blue Waves. It's a quintet for flute, bass clarinet, violoncello, and piano, and it was commissioned by Hard Rain SoloistEnsemble and premiered by them in January 2020. It was since recorded on their CD, and I was a featured composer with Hard Rain SoloistEnsemble during their 2018-19 season, back before COVID, and I got to know all the musicians very well as they played my pieces throughout the season. And that was a huge help in writing for them because I knew what they could do. I knew there were no limits to their expertise. And it was wonderful to be able to write for such gifted and open musicians. So the piece is in two movements. It draws its inspiration largely from the work of the Irish artist Gwen O'Dowd. And both Gwen and I are very inspired by the sea. And Gwen's abstract sea paintings are absolutely wonderful. I can't really show you the beauty of them this way, but we share a fascination with the mystery of the sea, the depths of it, the sparkling of light, all the constant movement, the ebb and flow. So my work is very visually connected. The title, Beneath the Dark Blue Waves, is taken from a poem by Nathaniel Hawthorne back from 1825 called The Ocean. And it contemplates the depths of the sea. It's many layers, and it talks about the fury of the waves, and beneath them there is none. In other words, it's peaceful. So it gives you the idea of different layers, and that's what I think my music does too. I hope when you listen to my music, you'll be surprised and you'll hear some interesting colors and sounds that maybe you haven't heard before and will make you sit up and be curious. And I hope you'll be carried along by the flow of the music and just enjoy listening to it. You'll hear the contrast of bright, sparkling, incisive gestures from the piano, in contrast to the smoother sounds of the strings and the winds. It's a busy year ahead for me. Aisling Agnew, flutist in Hard Rain Ensemble, is premiering a set of 3 solo flute pieces inspired by the movements of butterflies, birds and bees. And she's playing them here in the Ulster Museum, Belfast, during the day on Saturday, June 1st, before the concert that night, and also at a festival of flutes in Derry on July 1st. And I'm dying to hear them. It'll be wonderful. I have a couple of lovely performances coming up in Germany in the next few months. A piano recital with Isabel O'Connell in July, featuring a big work of mine called Breathing Spaces. and a special performance of works related to Clara Schumann to be performed in the Schumann House in Leipzig in October. Very exciting. I have another new work soon at the International Clarinet Association Festival, which is taking place in Dublin at the end of July. And I've written a piece called Footsteps Across Dublin, especially for a student ensemble of 8 clarinets. And they're going to premiere this work at the festival. And I have a major new work for 2 pianists at 1 piano to be premiered in Chicago in October. It's called Among the Floating Trees, from a poem by the late Dermot Healy. And I'll be going to Chicago for that. So it's a very exciting times, and it's lovely to have all these new pieces being presented to the public. And I'm especially looking forward to the Hard Rain Soloist Ensemble concerts over the weekend.